Nashville City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans. This is The Spread, a quick pitch episode of the Pittsburgh Pirates. We got them going. We're on the hot stove with it. Been talking, been cooking, flipping it.
Believe it.
Now this is the segment everyone's been waiting for. Prospect check.
And it's not going to be like our usual prospect check where we talk about one guy. We are actually going to talk about 4 prospects here for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All these dudes that are going to come up at the last minute because we don't want to pay them whatever money, whatever
the last
contract.
minute.
Yeah, they'll
thing.
be there till the last minute so they don't get the money.
Let's talk about this real quick. There's a thing called Super 2, and they want to make...
know, yeah. Tell the average fan this.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into deep specific details about it, but here's what it is. There's a Super 2, and they don't want these guys to hit it because you know how there is 3 years before arbitration and then 3 years of arbitration. So you got control of a guy for 6 years. Now, it looks like June 11th, something like that, is when the Pirates would start calling these guys up. But if you would call them up, let's say before June, you would have to pay a 4th year of arbitration rather than the pre-ARB years, where the pre-ARB years are like $500,000, $600,000, okay? So instead of 3 years of that, and then you start like, let's say $10 million for the first year of arbitration, $15 million for the second year, and then $18 million for the third year, okay? It would be like 2 years of the $500,000, let's say, and then you'd have $10 million for the first year, $15 for the second, 18 for the third, and then maybe 21 for the fourth year, you know what I mean? So in the end, you're taking away a $500,000 year or a $600,000 year and adding maybe a $20 million year. So that's why it's a big deal to teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates, because it could save, in the long run, if the player's good, up to like $20 million. So that's what it is.
Hopefully you win in April and May. Straight up.
Yeah, try to get it done in April and May, and then call your guys up, and hopefully they dominate as well. But we're going to talk about Tyler Glasnow and Jameson Taillon for the pitchers. And then the hitters, Alen Hanson and Josh Bell.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them?
I'm kidding.
What do you want to start with, offense or defense?
These pitchers, because...
You want to start with the pitchers?
Everyone says, oh, we should have kept Hap. Vogelsong's garbage. Whatever. We should have signed this dude, should have signed him. We don't need to sign people if the prophecy that you preach becomes truth.
Well, yeah, I've been talking to these guys up for years.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
Terminator and Terminator 2.
It's finally that time. And really, Jameson Taillon, this was the guy we were supposed to see maybe last year, the year before, but he kept getting injured.
I've never seen either one of these guys pitch one inning in my life.
I mean, you can go on YouTube, man, and see some...
Obviously, but yeah. Why haven't I?
Yeah, that's the big question. Why haven't you? But... Okay, Jameson Taillon's probably the one that's more advanced right now than Tyler Glasnow. I know everybody wanted Tyler Glasnow called up at the end of last year for the playoff run or whatever, although he'd have never pitched and they'd be paying him an extra $15 to $20 million here in the coming years, you know what I mean? So Jameson Taillon, though, man, look at this. A 1.19 ERA in 30.1 innings pitched, 26 strikeouts compared to 3 walks with 20 hits allowed, just 4 earned runs, man. He is dominating right now, and it looks to me like he's ready. But like I said, it's probably that around June 11th, which is my birthday, and I'd love for one of them two to get called up on my birthday. I actually think someone...
Is there a game that day? Because we'll straight up go to the all-you-can-eat seats.
I don't know. Well, we have to make sure one of these two are pitching that day as well, unless you just want to do it anyways.
If the day after they don't have to give him that extra $20 million year, he'll be here. Believe it.
He's won at least 6 innings 4 times out of his 5 starts, and let up 2 earned runs or less in that span as well. So Jameson Taillon, like I said, he's ready, and I'm hoping to see him soon. But like I said, I wouldn't expect him anytime before June. But that's not too far away. We're talking about a month here now.
Yeah, it's a month.
And the same with Tyler Glasnow. They may call these guys up at similar times. They may wait a little bit longer with Tyler Glasnow. But I did read an article that said as soon as they know that Glasnow won't be a Super 2 ARB guy, that they're going to call him up. So it's possible we could see both of these guys right around the same time.
It's fine with me. Let them go. There's no reason to have these young, good arms in AAA just throwing themselves out. burning these arms out for no reason.
We'll have to see. I want to
just not
see
to pay
Neese
him.
and Nicasio play it out a little bit more too, because I'm not
These are
sure
bums.
which one I'd want to put in the bullpen as well.
Give him another month to see what happens. Yeah, I like it.
I'd have to go with Nicasio there. It's not because I have anything problem with what he's done this season. It's because he's more suited to a bullpen role than what John Neese would be.
Yeah, I get what you're saying with that, but I mean, if Nicasio still has a 3 ERA here in another month and he's going a little bit deeper into games, defense playing a little bit better behind him, it'd be hard for me to push him out of the rotation. But I get what you're saying. I mean, I think that's what the Pirates are thinking at this point is Nicasio and Locke. Obviously, Locke's going to be one of the guys. But Tyler Glasnow, this is a guy that has always been dominant, hard to hit. 245 hits allowed in 409.1 innings career in the minor leagues, while he has 538 strikeouts. His one downfall is his control. Now, he shows improvements after he's at a level for a pretty long while. And right now, I mean, he has 12 walks in 26 innings, which, I mean, he needs to improve on that a little bit. But if you actually look, it was pretty much all his last outing. 5 walks in 5 innings, although he allowed just 2 hits with 7 strikeouts, didn't let up a run. And if you look, he allowed 1 earned run or less in 4 of his 5 outings down in the minor leagues. Yeah, I mean, he's dominant, man. Not his last outing, the one I just mentioned. The one before that, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. So, I mean, this guy's dominant. But when he comes up, expect some down games where he has a little bit of wildness. I mean, you might, like the Francisco Liriano, if teams ain't swinging, you know what I mean?
That's it.
It's going to be tough because he'll be walking some guys. But as he matures in the big leagues, I'd expect his walk rate to go down and him to finally become that ace. But he's going to be hard to hit, if nothing else. This guy is just too hard to hit because he's so big. He got the power fastball and he got secondary pitches to go along with it. And I believe it. I mean, I wouldn't say he's completely ready. I'd like to see him improve that walk rate a little bit just because of the bad outing his last time out. I want to see him come back, pitch 3 good outings where he's not walking guys. You know what I mean?
He strikes out a ton of hitters, though.
And that's what helps. I mean, you can, like Liriano shows, you can walk people, but if you're striking out a ton of people, it's not going to hurt you. But you're also not going to go 9 innings very often or 8 innings.
You're not. But that's where having that shutdown
bullpen.
Yeah.
That's where you need it. So far this season, a 2.08 ERA in AAA through 5 starts, 26 innings, 37 strikeouts compared to 12 walks, 17 hits. So this guy, I mean, when he comes up, I expect big things out of him. I don't expect him to be an ace immediately, but I expect big ace-type games here and there from him. And then as he matures, just better and better. Like I hope out of Cole this season. I hope he gets better.
Just on an off note, but real quick, when these guys come up, say mid-June, what is the deficit that we could be behind the Cubs and still reach them?
Well, let's see, mid-June, that's only a
like
month
the
from
biggest-
now. So
what's the
that's like,
biggest deficit?
that'd be 20-some games.
So what is it now?
There'd still be over 100 games left, man. I mean,
We're
you could
already
be down.
6 down.
Yeah, you could be down double digits and still make it up. If the things, I mean, I don't know. You never know. I seen teams down double-digit games with 30 games left in the season. Who was it back in the day? The A's that went on like a 21-game win streak? And now you can't expect that out of your team or anything.
Colorado had a nice run, too, to get to the...
anything can happen, man. So if they're down double digits by mid-season or something, I wouldn't panic or anything, but I'd expect the Chicago Cubs to hold on. You know what I mean?
Okay. So that didn't even answer my question.
So what was your question? What can you be down by? Double digit. You could be down by 12 games, 13, 14 games.
Could we? All right. Now, could we still reach them? So can we still win the division?
If you start playing well, but they'd actually have to cool off a little bit too.
With these two pitchers, do you think the 2 pitchers coming up can erase a 15-game deficit when they come up?
Yeah, I don't see why not, man. I think Taillon is ready. I think he's been ready. He just needed to get healthy. I think he's going to step in and pitch like at least the number 3. He's going to be the 3rd best pitcher on the staff as soon as he steps into the rotation. And I think Tyler Glasnow will probably start off as the 4th best pitcher in the rotation behind Taillon in the big 2, but eventually turn into the 2nd best pitcher in this rotation.
I need a new Pirate jersey because they traded Neil Walker. Is it Glasnow or Taillon? JK.
I don't know. I don't like getting...
All right, you're out. Dash.
Glasnow.
All right, I'm getting a new Glasnow jersey. Black with the P, because I like that one now.
That's my problem with getting Pittsburgh jerseys is we get rid of everybody I got a jersey of.
Yep, me too. Football, hockey. Well, hockey, thank God, not yet, because I brought a Crosby jersey and a Malkin jersey, but Neil Walker, peace.
speaking of Neil Walker, who a lot of people thought was his future replacement, Alen Hanson. I don't know if that's still true. We got Josh Harrison signed to a pretty long deal and he could be stuck at second base. You may move him to third in the future. You don't really know what's going to happen. But Hanson could play second, third, maybe even short if he improves a little bit at the position. Jordy Mercer stops hitting. Who knows? But Alen Hanson, a guy that's going to get caught up this season. Now, it's not going to be like Glasnow and Taillon, I don't think. I don't think we're going to wait till the Super 2 and then call him up. I think we have enough offense going on right now where it's not necessary to bring him up because it's going to be hard to get him playing time at this point. But if there was an injury or anything, you could definitely see him called up.
Who would you like to see hurt to get him called up?
I wouldn't want to see anyone hurt.
Well, would Jaso be a possibility?
Well, I don't think that would help as much unless you move Freeze into the lineup. You know what I mean? That wouldn't make sense because Gung will be coming back.
Who could get hurt for him to get called up?
I think Mercer, if they don't believe Gung is ready to play shortstop, or Josh Harrison.
Throwing out
definitely.
hypotheticals here.
Yeah. So, I mean,
because injuries are going to, there is going to be an injury.
Oh, definitely. And it could be Harrison, Mercer, the big two. Or if Gunn goes back down and Hanson keeps hitting well like he's doing right now, he has a 304 average, a 325 on base, so he's not taking many walks. He never really took too many. But he is striking out a little bit more than usual. 23 strikeouts and 79 at-bats. He got to overcome that a little bit before I think that consider calling him up. But I think he's more of a September guy if no injuries happen. I mean, they're still a deep team. I mean, one injury already happened to Gung, and they still have something going. So they're just getting more right now.
Right.
But, I mean, I think this guy's ready too. You look, he played in AAA last season, had 475 at-bats. He has 79 this season. So he's got over 500 at-bats in AAA. It's just more about is there going to be open room for him at this point? He has 2 triples already. I've been saying it before. This guy's a triples machine. Triples. 5 stolen bases, big speed, and, I mean, he's hitting better in AAA this season. 304 compared to 263 last season. I think he's ready as well. All 4 of these guys look ready to me, actually, including Josh Bell here, who, if you want to talk about injuries, it would be something like Jaso or any one of our outfielders. I seen Neil Huntington actually say that if something happened to an outfielder, Josh Bell would be considered for the role as well.
Right. And what was the other one?
Alen Hanson? Yeah. Okay. He's more of second, short, or third, where Bell would take up the outfield and first base. So those 2 guys right there pretty much cover every position besides catcher. Yeah. I mean, Josh Bell wasn't going to play center field, but you could obviously move Starling Marte or Gregory Polanco there. But Josh Bell, 310 average, a 408 on-base percentage, taken 15 walks already compared to 19 strikeouts and 87 at-bats. Now, I think he actually has better plate discipline than that, I believe. 19 strikeouts is a little bit higher than what I would expect out of him. But he does have 3 home runs already as well, and that was one big question. What was his power going to look like? 3 home runs in 23 games. While it isn't explosive by any means, that's starting to get somewhere where he could get to 15, 20 home runs over the course of a season. So I like where he's at right now. And like I said, Huntington already said if something happened to either our first baseman, Jaso, or an outfielder, where he'd get some consideration, although I'd have to believe it would have to be after that June 11th. I still think they'd wait on him. But if nothing happens, I mean, I still think this guy's going to get called up in September or something. How much playing time he's going to get, I don't know, because somebody got to stop hitting before somebody else gets playing time, you know what I mean? But right now, Josh Bell looks great. Alen Hanson looks pretty good. And the pitchers look great, in my opinion. I know Glasnow 5 walks in 5 innings his last time out, but that was pretty much the first time he showed a little bit too much wildness in an outing, and I expect him to bounce back from that. And they're not going deep into games, but they're also not letting them throw over 100 pitches right now because they know they're going to be calling them up and they want to save their arms for the end of the season here. So these 4 guys are going to get called up at some point. I don't know when. The pitchers got to be soon, within the next month, a little over a month, I would have to say. And this rotation that you don't like, 47, it's gonna get better.
I can't wait.
Please.
I am excited. I mean, it's nice to actually be good right now. I mean, and still have people coming up to make you even better.
Yeah, and you know what? I know everybody comparing to the Chicago Cubs, are we going to be able to catch them? The Cubs really don't have those guys in the minors anymore. They called them all up. Their team's beast right now. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
So
But
our
our
guys,
window is now too, though.
yeah, and they're coming, man. They're
Well,
coming. That's
they-
the same thing. Like, we have them now. The Cubs don't because they already called their best up.
Okay.
Oh, don't get me wrong, though. The Cubs have some players in the minor leagues, just no one near the caliber of players that they've been calling up, like the Russell and the Bryants.
That's looking good. The prospects are looking sweet.
Yeah, one other thing. Let's not forget John Jaso, injury history. We said it before the season. So,
Hair might fall off.
I would have to believe we're going to see
Hopefully.
him hit the DL at some point.
Ooh,
It doesn't
so
have to.
he's number one on the DL list for you.
Well, I mean,
So you're gonna
Cervelli's
pull
another
plug.
one that had an injury history.
know, but
Now,
that
it's going
dude's-
to be harder to find a replacement for
I
him.
think Cervelli's been training with Harrison lately.
Oh, yeah?
Not J.A. James Harrison.
Oh, really?
No, big. No, I'm just
Cervelli, yeah, he's been working out hard.
Yeah, but
and he gives
he
love
has been
advice. Do you see that?
beasting it. That's it.
That's it.
Prospects, we love them. Tell us what you think about them on Twitter at bet_the_spread. You can go to that Facebook page.
Facebook.com/betthespread.
You know it. YouTube, let them know what that is.
YouTube.com/betthespread. Easy, man. You got this.
That's it.
All you have to do is say the website /betthespread,
I'm
man.
telling you. And you know it.